The scientists from the University of Barat revealed that 2020 was the worst year for the Homo sapien. But I have a dream that one day humans will rise up and live out the life without social distancing. That's why today we will recall everything we went through this year. That's why today we will beat the coronavirus. That's why today we will save 2020 together. How is Cookie Clicker related to all of this? No. Roll the intro. Okay, let me explain. Since we're approaching the end of the year, I thought it's a perfect time to dissolve into a full of sweet memories about amazing 2020. And as we're used to capturing the best moments of our life on camera, why not capture this year as well? But in a video game, I mean, there is quite a lot of events to cover, right?
This is fine.
And since there are so many options of game genres to choose from, I've spent a lot of time, about 2 minutes and 6 seconds, to come up with the best choice. The Cookie Clicker. You ask, what on earth are you talking about? My fellow comrades, it seems you missed out on lots of things during the quarantine. So let me explain. The Cookie Clicker is an ideal genre of the game about beating the coronavirus. Just think about it. In a Cookie Clicker, your sole purpose is to smash the cookie as hard as you can for as long as you can. Okay, it sounded kinda wrong. But it means if we replace the cookie with the COVID-19, then we will be able to torment this virus forever. Or until your PC dies. But what's even better is that it won't fight back at all. Just imagine if we decided to do a shooter and COVID-19 meanly stabs you in the back. What next, huh? What next? Do you want to relive the same thing in the virtual reality too? That's why we'll create a Cookie Clicker. And it's totally not because I had too many deadlines to come up with a better game in time, and not because I need at least some kind of video for December. So, let's start by making the COVID-19... Oh wait, that's not what I meant. In Photoshop, I've separated its rounded surface and red... trace into 2 different layers. Why? Obviously to turn the front into the gray image. Why? Obviously to be able to change the color of the front inside of Unity editor without affecting back. Why?
Why?
The next important and memorable thing that unfortunately happened this year are the fires across Australia. This is something we need to remember and live in 2020 so that it never happens again. Therefore, let's add them as our game background.
That's okay.
Follow this. First of all, find the video clip from the internet. Not this kind of clip, I mean from Australia. Australia. Secondly, put the clip into any video editor and reverse it so that it forms a loop. Thirdly, add the blur on top so that background won't distract your eyes, which are already damaged by 8 hours of daily screen time during the quarantine, right? Then, export your result as an image sequence, and then create a new Photoshop file that matches the resolution of your images and drag them all as separate layers. And finally, save your file as PSD. This format will allow us to access each of the layers in Unity as a separate sprite. Awesome, right? Create a new animation for your background, put them all inside of the animator, and ta-dam! Damn, so ugly. Ooh, that's what I meant.
You got it all wrong, little fella. Bad. Repeat after me. Bad.
Let's rename this object as David 19 years. Oh, wait, we are not making the dating simulator, right? Not again, please. The Cookie Clicker games are somewhat static. So let's add some visual feedbacks at the moment of clicking, I mean smashing the David. It was achieved by using the raycast and custom events that are called an even bigger torture for David by adding these particle effects. Looks like we beat the crap out of David once and for all. The game is finished. I know you believed me and checked the remaining time, didn't you? The next step was to add the shopping system, which I called vaccine. Here we have an iron as a vaccine, we have the vaccine from Microsoft, or otherwise I don't get how and why did Bill Gates turn into a biologist. USSR, meaning it doesn't exist. Hong Kong, simply because I studied there. You can watch my other video about it later. It's running. Wakanda forever! By the way, rest in peace Chadwick Boseman. What an amazing person, actor and inspirational figure he was.
We must find a way to look after one another as if we were one single tribe.
And finally, Borat, the only great country whose vaccine can send David into the void. How do those upgrades work? Basically, smash David for a given number of times, update your smashing skills by purchasing different upgrades, and smash David twice as harder than before.
32 tall! 64 tall!
Afterwards, I made the second shopping menu called Immunity. Impressive, right?
Rusty Crab 2!
We paid $9 for this?
This upgrade automatically collects a certain number of points per 1.5 seconds. Don't complain, I was inspired by the American measurement system. Okay, remember the grayscale thing I explained in the beginning? I decided to change the color of David by changing the red, green and blue components of its color based on the current number of points. The principle of the color wheel is that it changes the first red component until it matches the next green component, then green component shifts towards blue component, and blue component alters back to the red component. There are some ugly cases to be covered and voila, the gradual gradient is finished. Hey David, how do you like that? Oh, you don't suffer enough? My mouse is small? Then what do you think about this custom cursor? Who laughs now, huh? Okay, now when the main game mechanic is finished, it's time to recall the events that happened this year, and I have a bad feeling about this. Essentially, when you reach a certain number of points, this dialog box pops up to display a certain event that happened in 2020, such as 103 years old grandma beat David 19 and celebrated with a Bud Light, drive-in movie theaters made a comeback. What's that? That's not horrible things, that's awesome? You guessed right, we're all so fixed on bad events of this year that we rarely appreciate the good things that are happening to us. So what is a better way to leave 2020 behind than recalling the positive events of 2020? Of course, I don't want to understand the events of this year, but hey, they already happened. At the end of the day, we are the ones to decide our attitude towards the life. Share the best thing that happened to you in 2020 in the comments. Let's raise the positive mood. Since it becomes quite troublesome to keep track of the current points per click and points per 1.5 second, I decided to display both of them with the popping up text above David.
Boring!
Add sound effects. For clicking, I added a variety of sounds for popping the bubble wrap that are played randomly, the airdrop sound for the dialog reveal, cause if we turn over the screen, it is dropped from the air. Get it? Airdrop. And also, at last, and you won't believe this, but I added an ending to the game. The actual ending to the cookie clicker game. You can try to finish the game by yourself, it's ultra short and the link will be in the description, but for now, let's beat David up. Thanks for watching, don't forget to join our canate, I highly appreciate all the support. Watch my other videos and see you next time.